Marijuana is a mind-altering substance. And when I am controlled by cannabis, I am not controlled by myself and I'm not controlled by the Spirit. And I think that's a really strong thing for Christians to be warned about. Real quick, though, biblical perspective on marijuana, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, I know, this is what, like I said, this is a strong gray area.
Yeah.
Is it right? Is it wrong? And I think 1 Corinthians 6 really talks to us well about gray areas.
Yeah.
In 1 Corinthians 6, Paul says everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Mm-hmm. Now, he's talking very specifically here about a sexual ethic. But what the principle that underlines that is there are some things that you can do that aren't necessarily wrong.
Yeah.
But they're not good for you. And you shouldn't be controlled by those. And so what he says is, I don't want to be controlled by anything. Mm-hmm. So just because something may or may not be wrong, if it's something that can gain control over you, you should avoid it. And this is where he goes into the whole, my body is a temple. Right. Yeah. And so I don't want to, use my body in a way that I'm going to be controlled. Now, this can very much be applied to a lot of other things, right? How we eat. Yeah. This applies there. Whether or not we exercise, if we never get off the couch because we're always binge watching things, how much we drink. Mm-hmm. I think generationally, each generation in America drinks more. Like, your generation drinks a lot more than my generation, and the Gen Z, as they come of age, are going to drink even more. And I think we're getting to a point where it really can be unhealthy, and people are controlled by that. Proverbs 20 talks about this. It says strong drink is a brawl, beer is a brawler, strong drink is a mocker, or something like that. The idea being that whenever something inhibits my ability to control myself, this isn't good for me. And I think when I lose self-control, now I no longer have the fruit of the Spirit, right? Yeah. Self-control is me having enough control over myself so that I can allow the Spirit to control me. And any substance that takes that away from me is not good for me. So to bring it all the way back to marijuana then, marijuana is a mind-altering substance. And when I am controlled by cannabis, I am not controlled by myself and I'm not controlled by the Spirit. And I think that's a really strong thing for Christians to be warned about. One last verse, 1 Peter 5:8, obviously my favorite book in the Bible, be sober-minded, mm-hmm. right? I'm not sure that marijuana is something that leads to us being sober-minded, and the more we use it, the less sober-minded we become. We won't go into studies today because I don't think the research is really in yet.
It's not.
There's so much we're learning.
Well, because I think that it was illegal for so long.
Right. It's hard to study, but I'll point to two things. Mm-hmm. I think that as marijuana usage increases, we're also seeing an incredible increase of mental health issues. I don't think we should just brush that under the rug. And as marijuana usage increases, I think we're also seeing a massive increase in joblessness. Mm-hmm. People who are refusing to enter the workforce or who are leaving the workforce that shouldn't otherwise. I don't think we should brush that under the rug. I think those are two really significant impacts of the increased use of marijuana in our society.